Hello, and this is Notary Life with Kimmi. Well, hey guys, today I am talking all about what additional stamps I have in my notary bag. And this video is being made at the request of one of my subscribers. So if you ever have a video or something you want to know more about and you don't think it's something out there, drop it in the comments. I'll do a video for you. So today I'm going to tell you what stamps I have in my bag. So if someone brings you a document just like this and it has no notarial wording on it, what do? So you have to check your state and make sure it's okay, because some states are very specific on what needs to be written on a document. But for the average notary, you will be able to use what I'm getting ready to show you. So this is an acknowledgement stamp, and it says that right here. It just says the state, the county, the date, the person's name, and there's space for me to sign as a notary. So I would take this and I would stamp it on a document, and that would become the notarial block for myself. Also, you cannot choose for the client. They have to choose. So if they bring you a document and there's no notarial wording, you have to ask them what they want you to put on the paper. So what does that sound like? Because they're not going to know what an acknowledgement is or a jurat, right? So, and this is a jurat stamp. This is the other stamp I have. So when someone brings me a document and it has no notarial wording on it, this is what I say. Well, thank you, Mr. Smith. It's been my pleasure. It's my pleasure to be... Thank you, Mr. Smith. It's my pleasure to be your notary today. So since there is not any notarial wording for me to sign, I need to have you make a choice. So let me know, would you like to tell me that the information in the document is true and I'll use one stamp? Or would you like me to put you under oath like you see on TV and you tell me that the information is true? And you raise your hand and we do a ceremony. Let me know which one you like to do. So it's so funny because they'll always say, I don't know, what's the difference? In true, it doesn't sound like there's much of a difference, but the main difference is if we use a jurat, which is this stamp, that means we're going to be putting them under oath, right? So they have to choose. I stamp the document and then I proceed. So another stamp that I have is called a certified true copy stamp. So I like the one with the red on it, and it comes in black and red, but I use the red ink as I just stated. So I'll stamp this, and I'm certifying that it could be a copy of a driver's license, or certain things cannot be certified copies, so you must know your state laws. I'm not getting into that in this video. And you may not even be able to certify a copy in your state, but I want you to know that this stamp does exist and that you may need it. Because you, especially doing general notary work, you get out there and you don't have it, then you're not going to look like the professional. But you may need the certified copy stamp. So if your state does allow it, you want to go ahead and get that. Then I also have my regular stamps. I have a round one. And then I have a rectangular one. Now my favorite is the rectangular one because it's smaller and it fits most documents. I initially got the round one because that was just the most popular one, and then I realized, oh dog, this don't fit all my papers. So I got the smaller one. So some states do not allow you to have two, so you need to know what your state handbook says. I hate to repeat that, but you need to know what your state handbook says about your stamps. But if they allow you, I would have two, because sometimes, especially if you're doing loan signing and you have 300 or 400 pages sometimes, and one of them break, heaven forbid, it could fall because it's kind of flimsy. It could fall and break, or if you run out of ink. So I'm glad I have two, and I have had to have my backup sometimes. So if your state allows that, I would get it. The last thing I'm going to show you today is my embosser, and you guys know I love my embosser. So I use my embosser on divorce documents. I use it also on wills, power of attorneys, things like that. Just a couple pages, not on a loan signing. And I also always use this with my ink stamp. Nowadays, you must use both. There may be a few states that allow you just to use an embosser, but it's so faint you can't see it, and they'll tell you to use a pencil and mark in the plate part, like your name and information. I'm not doing all that. So you always have to use both though. And this is just to make things look pretty. And the way I make it look pretty is by using these gold seals. Now they do come in silver also, but my preference is the gold. It just looks better. So that goes together if you're going to use it. And then you never forget to stamp it. So always make sure, because there are a few states that I have found out that cannot use an embosser. If you cannot, it's okay. This video is not just for one state, not for just one notary. So I just wanted to show you a few of the extra stamps that I have in my bag and that you also may need to have in your bag. Okay, well, this is Notary Life with Kimmi. Bye.